The energy industry is at a crossroads today more than it has ever been before. Today's difficulties go beyond the volatility of oil price and beyond who joins or who leaves OPEC. It's not even about the electricity scarcity that many countries across the world are faced with, or the electricity poverty many in highly developed nations struggle with. Today's biggest challenge for the energy industry across the world comes from more energy, less carbon, and is hampered by a lack of public trust, a poor and often abysmal community engagement, and more to the point, from community activism and citizen activism. The planet's population is growing rapidly. We are adding almost 80 million people more each year. The planet, it is absolutely clear, cannot sustain this constant growth for too much longer. Yet, the energy companies are blamed for this planetary peril. The question is why? What's got an energy provider to do with the fact that the human race is reproducing much faster than ever before? It needs more food, more shelter, more clothes, and more everything. The answer is nothing other than producing the energy that makes it possible for humans to live longer, be healthier, live safer, and enjoy all the benefits that the 21st century has to offer. The energy industry doesn't have one voice. There is no one body across the world under whose umbrella all energy producers can come under and agree on the most complex challenges posed by something that can't be seen but whose impact can be felt worldwide: carbon. The current model of modern economies is based on capitalism, competition, and ruthless, often, profit margins. This model does not allow for the socialist calls to equality, equal distribution of wealth, and a care system that treats everyone the same. That was communism, and its effects on social evolution of geographical areas can still be felt today. Energy production and generation are largely owned by mammoth conglomerates or by state-owned entities. They need to make a profit, be it financial or geopolitical. Large energy companies traded on various stock exchanges have shareholders to report to and appease. Many of these shareholders are, believe it or not, pension and health funds, my money and yours. State-owned and state-run energy companies have highly regulated energy prices and, in the case of those which have enough exporting capacity, they can use this commodity to hold other sovereign states captive for geopolitical gains. However, the social fabric of public engagement in 2023 is changing. Those figureheads who used to command influence and respect from the masses no longer do. Any associations with lobbying power, paid for or returned in kind, former political associations and celebrity status are no longer the recipe for successful public engagement. Grassroots activism, transparency, and honesty are. We cannot live as a society without oil and gas, not for the moment. We wouldn't survive without it, and our entire economic system would collapse. Populations would be decimated by disease and nutrients depletion, and our current technical and scientific developments would be thrown back to the Middle Ages. Nature will survive though. It will likely thrive, but few of us will still be alive to see it. If you work for an energy company, regardless of its type, tell the people, and by people, I don't mean the usual cliques or the government authorities or your shareholders, what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. Public relations for the energy companies of the 21st century, just like the energy executives and scientists interviewed for a piece of research published by the Energy Leadership Platform of the Chartered Institute of Public Relations mentioned, has very little to do with the mainstream and conventional public relations activities many of my peers are used to. What the energy industry needs now is highly skilled practitioners, not in the art of spin, astroturfing, white and greenwashing, and so on. No, practitioners who understand what energy is all about, who understand the complexity of the environments energy companies operate in, and who can break down the difficulties of the energy trilemma: security, sustainability, and affordability. The fossil fuel industries, oil and gas, mining, are notoriously inward-looking, secretive and closed to the outsiders. Most don't even speak with one another, let alone share lessons learned or come together to support the communities they impact or work in. The nuclear industry has two major issues to address: nuclear waste and the instability of the nuclear reactors. Solar energy affects flora and fauna. It disrupts their natural pattern and habitats because solar panels need, for the moment, a lot of land to yield a significant level of electricity. Wind farms, other than the less than tasteful aspect, are affecting migratory birds, and their yield, as well as shelf life, is currently less effective than initially thought. There is no one perfect energy solution yet, but one can jointly be reached. And those who work across strategic comms, corporate affairs, and PR have a massive role to play to make that happen. Advertising and social media campaigns are no longer enough. Dialogue is. Everything costs money, of course. Investing in clean technology or gradually phasing out high-polluting energy sources is costly. Bring your shareholders together and ask them, will you be happy with smaller dividends and profits so we can divest our energy portfolio? How many do you think will have the courage to say no when nothing can be kept a secret in the mighty halls of power, nor violently judged in the court of public opinion? Energy companies and their communicators should lead, not follow. For the latter to lead, there's a heck of a lot more knowledge they need to have other than writing a press release, knowing a journal, or running a social media campaign. It is the time for PR practitioners across the entire energy value chain to get involved and open up their organizations, support them in building a real dialogue with everyone, and demonstrate the constructive power and influence you can exert if you do your jobs ethically, responsibly, and professionally. My name is Elaminti, and thank you for being here today. Power and influence is a journey, and I would love to have you with me on it. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to this channel. And please also do leave your views, thoughts, comments, remarks below. I would love to read them all. Thank you.